US gas prices have edged up even further. A gallon of unleaded now costs $4.09 on average, a 37% increase since the start of the war in Iran. Now, I'm well aware that obviously where you are, prices have also risen very sharply, and you are also seeing higher prices at the pump. So rising fuel prices are impacting transport costs everywhere. In Europe, the shippers and the truckers say they're under increased financial strain. Raluca Marian is the EU Advocacy Director for the IRU, the International Road Transport Union. I mean, this is all very difficult, isn't it? What are your members seeing?
They see financial issues. They see a very different response amongst member states. And we are talking in the EU about an average of 30% increase. But that's an average, and that's because there are some member states that cap the prices at the pump. So we see in some countries almost 50% increase. So that's also that's to be put in the context, because the fuel cost is around about 1/3 of the entire costs for transport operators. So that's quite a lot, and the margins are around about 1 to 2% in the sector. So that's quite a big hit that we are experiencing right now.
Now, we've seen some countries, Australia is one of them, and some European countries, have removed, reduced, or altered fuel duties to try and compensate for this. I'm guessing you would like to see more governmental support for your members and for companies, for road haulage and transport companies, even though that will come at a very severe cost for government budgets.
Yes, there are various types of measures. The one you just mentioned is one of them. Then we have states or direct financial support in other cases, or as I just said, they are capping the price of the fuel. And of course, we would like to see more of that, because the reactions are very much uncoordinated. But it's little you can do about that on a EU level. So would just like to see more discussions between member states. Also because, and I like what the previous speaker said, he made a difference between the financial and the physical. And actually, one sometimes affects the other. And I'll give you a very quick example. In border regions, when the price difference between countries is very big, the countries where the price is the operators in the countries where the price is much bigger, they cross the border, obviously, to tank where the prices are smaller. And this can create shortages or local shortages. And of course, when you talk about shortages, then you affect the very continuity of the supply chain.
I'm afraid that's just the law of supply and demand, isn't it? In a sense, that happens in the US as well, where you see one state, and I'm not sure that you'd really want too much government intervention in terms of the pricing of the product, because that's not good for the industry either, is it?
Yes, definitely. But looking into the future, of course, the price is a very painful element of the whole situation, and all these small and medium-sized companies that are the majority in our sector are very much affected. But we are very, very much afraid about shortages, and perhaps we won't see shortages everywhere, but we are talking about transport corridors. And even if these shortages are local, regional, country related, that's something that really has to be coordinated on a EU level, because to transport goods from Southern Europe, food or other very, very essential products, pharma products, food from south to north, east to west, we really need to see this continuity working well.
I agree. Thank you very much for joining us.